was just sitting there watching a video and actually had this thought process. I had this thought process that if we've got women in line, made them, understand the shame that they felt when they were, not virgins. Don't raise your hand or voice to a man. Speak with a calm, pleasant, peaceful, feminine voice and tone. If we got women and got them out of the work field, all this shit, and got women, acting like ladies, alright, men would fall in line. We just fall in line. But I can't say the same about, if we just got men in line, women are just going to fall in line. And it would just would not be beneficial. But then, because then you would have men that are virgins, want to be married, willing to get married, don't have any kids, has no sexual experience with women, and then now you got this good guy that has this good job, that has no kids from anybody else, getting with a woman that has kids from somebody else, that has the high body count, that's very mouthy, that's very arguing, and that is just annoying. And on top of that, you're talking about masculine men that are actually proud of being masculine, or masculine men that are ashamed of showing their masculinity. Because I'll tell you right now, yes, back in the day, I was a beta, alright? And I kind of am here and there and whatnot. But that's because I questioned how I would move as a man and whatnot. But masculine men that are actually comfortable in their masculinities, that don't have a problem grabbing their junk and showing you what they're about, I don't give a shit about your feelings, alright? Your feelings does not shape the world. Your compassion, sympathy, and empathy can help shape the world, but it takes action, motion, movement, discipline, and getting up and actually doing something that actually is going to change the world. Manifestation is a little bit, but that's more fantasy. But I think the feminist movement is one of the worst mistakes that we ever did. Like allowing women to speak and have their opinion without being able to tell them to shut up, because I've been listening to a lot of these people in my personal life. I've been watching these podcasts. I've been watching these women talk, and it's just, my wife can actually have a decent conversation that's very intellectual without making it personal and getting all emotional. But she has her moments. But she can at least have a civilized adult conversation. The majority of women can't. And I'm sorry, but, there might be 100,000, there might even be 1 million, alright, women that can actually have a rational conversation that would be decent in the work field, alright? But I think women in the work field is a liability. But that 1 million, that doesn't come close to the 4.5 billion people that are females. There's 9 billion people on this planet. Half of them are male, half of them are female. Got my time right now to myself, so I'm trying to hop on. But you can call it, it's not misogynist, it's not sexist. That's another thing. Sexist only benefits women. Only benefits women. Could it? Can it? Benefit men? Sure. But is it going to? No. I think it's designed to benefit women. But there's nothing misogynist about saying that a woman's place is at home with the kids, that she needs to listen to her husband. That it's fucking beautiful to see your wife barefoot and pregnant, or at least barefoot, and at home where she belongs. That's where I want my wife. I want my wife home with the kids. And I don't need Albert Einstein. I just need a smart woman that can understand and know what I want and need. Sometimes before I even say it. I want my smart wife not at a job working for another man. I want her home, raising our kids. I don't understand what happened to society. Now we've fallen so far. But I mean, that's where I was just going with that. I mean, I just I don't. I mean, I think I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna say it's easy, but I think if we can get women back in line, men would just fall back in line and things would go back to normal. But it won't work the other way around. Like, what benefit would a man? Because like religion might have a problem with it, but it's in a man's nature to fuck a lot of women. Monogamy is not for men; it's for women. All right, women want the best dude. All right, men want what we want, and we go out and earn it. It's not like we're just demanding special privilege, because of who we are. I mean, some men do go like, "Well, I'm a man, so I'm just better." But no, just because you got a penis between your legs does not automatically mean you the top dog. In the man's world, there's always a bigger dog. In the woman's world, we're all pretty dogs. We're all pretty. No, that's not how men work. There's always a bigger dog. Might not be much bigger, might be real bigger, but there's always a bigger dog. And I think men need to be allowed to be men. Women need to be forced to be women because it's like this whole masculine shit. I mean, you want to be into and enjoy watching watching Marvel and reading comics, playing video games. Cool, whatever. Just don't make that. E-girls are annoying as fuck, especially when a guy gets older. E-girls are annoying. You're just fun to look at. No man out there actually wants to be married to an e-girl. Alright? No man wants to be. That's like the new librarian look. I mean, I find librarians look fucking hot, But, I mean, as I've grown, I don't want a modern day working girl, and that's even in the library. I mean, even librarian girls are not soft anymore. But I mean, I think women need to get out of the work field, and I think men's money would skyrocket, and you wouldn't really need to work 2, 3 jobs if women actually just got out of the work field, because it would force the economy to reset. I think it would be a great thing. I think women need to get out of the work field. Men can't get out of the work field. If men got out of the work field, this country and civilization would collapse. Men can't. But women need to. They need to, like, leave the factories. Ladies, leave the factories and go back home. Like, what was wrong with women back in the day? They weren't trying to be men. They weren't trying to outshine men, but they had no problem stepping into a man's shoes to help where they could when times were hard. But as soon as men came home from the war, as soon as men got better from being sick or got injured, and they went back to work, the wives would go back home. Alright, and majority of women back then were not oppressed. Like 85 to 90% of women were not oppressed. There was only like 5, 10, maybe 15% of women that were oppressed. And some of those were bitter old ladies that never got a man, that enjoyed being whores and misery love company, or were fucking weird women that actually fucking wanted to compete with men. But you can't. Women cannot compete with men at all. Alright? You guys are very quick with your insults and gaslighting bullshit and all that, and you can't speak rational with a tantrum child that fucking has nothing but emotions that they go on and be led by. So there's no point in having a rational conversation with a woman. Because for majority of women, once you bring rational and logic and fact and all that truth, and force her to see the truth, women spaz out and melt down. Because they're delicate. I mean, I do believe that they're delicate. I don't think they're able to handle to know the world for what it is. If they would have found out that your feelings don't matter, and be forced to have accountability and responsibilities, and don't lie, don't cheat, because we're gonna hold you accountable. Like, just because you're a woman does not mean you're excused from hitting men. Women actually have to face reality. I think they would wise up and understand and come to respect and cherish men. And yes, that means random men. The men that drive the bus, the men that drive the trucks. I mean, like, men built this world. I mean, everything that a woman can do, particularly is just having babies, you need a man for. But things that men do, you don't need a woman for. The only thing that we need you for is that babies. Building society has been men. Even the one woman that helped with math problems to get us to the moon, or this and all that, you're missing out on decades, if not a century or more, of research and theories to get us to that point to where that one woman could save us because she figured out 2 plus 2 is 4. All right, and I mean, I want the smart women at home. I don't want them at the factories. I don't want them working here and there. I want them being moms and wives. And I don't know why that's such a bad thing. I want you to be a wife and mother. I want you to find someone that you can grow old with. I want you to have kids with. And that's what you're put on this planet for. I think women were designed to deal with kids. I mean, I think they're also designed and crave the leadership of men. You can politically correct all you want, but women enjoy being told what to do by the right man. Not all men, by the right man. The man that they love, the man that they admire and, desire. The one that they crave for. That man that they see as their knight in shining armor. They have no problem listening to him. But women have just gone all out of whack and think their opinion is relevant and that it's superior when it's not. But I just started rambling and now I completely forgot what my original fucking topic was. So yeah.